As we welcome back to the show, good friend of our Attorney Kim Baer is here, and we're talking about something that we have utilized Kim's services for, and something that is very important. We're talking about setting up an LLC.
Yes.
Now, when should somebody do this? When should they start considering
Before
this?
we file our taxes?
Well, before you file your taxes, usually, I mean, talk to your accountant and see if they have a preference for doing it in 2015 or 2016. Ideally, before you start your business or when you're getting ready to start your business, because a lot of times people will call me and there's been an accident or a loss or something like that, and they say, well, I'm a sole proprietorship, what can we do to protect me? Well, if it's already happened, we can't, there's no way to backdate it.
And you're too late. So what is, let's start at the beginning here, what is the benefit of having an LLC as opposed to you just running your business?
Right, so the benefit is it basically puts a legal shield around you. So if let's say I own a painting business, I always like to use that since my husband's a painter. So let's say I own a painting business and I'm just operating as a sole proprietorship, and I don't have a company, and I come into your house and I spill paint all over your priceless rug, and you say, oh, Kim, that's a $50,000 rug, and let's say I don't have enough insurance to replace that. If you sue me, you're suing me personally, and so all of my personal bank accounts, my house, anything I own, my cars, they're all assets that you can go after. But if I've set up a limited liability company, then you're going to sue the LLC, and if there's nothing there, then I say, well, Lou, I'm sorry, but this judgment outweighs my assets, and so all I've got is a painting van, and I'm protected, and so my personal assets are protected. So that's one example. A more extreme example is if I have some employees and they're driving one of my vans and they kill someone, and let's say I only have $100,000 liability insurance. If I killed your wife and you sue me and I don't have an LLC and I give you my $100,000 insurance, well, obviously your wife's life is worth a lot more than that. You're going to come after me for several $100,000, and I'm personally liable. But if I've set up an LLC, then it's a shield and it protects my personal assets.
And nowadays, that's really important because people are doing this more than ever.
Yes, more than ever. And a lot of times too, if you are working with a big company, they want to see proof that you're an LLC or that you're an S Corp or a C Corp. And really, we almost always start with setting up a limited liability company. And then what you can do is we work with your accountant, and you can elect to be treated as an S Corp, which also gives you some tax advantages. But the biggest thing is I don't like sole proprietorships because they don't protect you from anything. And so as a lawyer, it always gives me heartburn when I talk to people and I say, okay, are you incorporated? And people think it's really expensive, and it's not.
I was going to say, how easy, difficult, expensive, how is it to set something like this up?
It's very easy. So for instance, my law office, we charge $350 for a one-member LLC, and that includes the $50 filing fee with the Secretary of State. Okay. So it's really pretty cheap, and then you're set up, you're ready to go for at least the first couple of years before you have to fill out some more paperwork.
And how much is it to sustain it then afterwards?
I think the next filing fee, I think it's $50 every 2 years. So and what we do is we teach people how to do it themselves, so you don't need to come back and have a lawyer. Okay. I mean, we do have some companies that say, I don't want to do it, I'm afraid I'll screw it up, you do it for me. But we also have lots and lots of small businesses where we just say to them, watch for the postcard, and here's what you're going to need to do, and it's very user-friendly.
Now, is it more of a peace of mind for the person that has the company, do you think? Or?
Well, two things. One, I think it's peace of mind. And then number two, if you're going to elect to be treated as an S Corp, there's all sorts of tax deductions that you can take as an S Corp that you normally cannot take as a sole proprietor.
What are one or two that come to the top of mind?
So some of the depreciation, some of the phone cost, health insurance, there's all sorts of things that an S Corp gets more deductions than what a normal person
And how
would.
much of a step is it from an LLC to an S?
It's a form that we fill out and file with the IRS, so it's super easy. So.
And how long does this process take? Like if I came in today, when would I officially be an LLC?
Oh, we could probably get the paperwork done in about an hour, hour and a half. So, typically we get online and check and make sure the name that you want is available. Right. And we can, fill it out and have you come back the next day and sign everything. And if you're in a hurry, we can send somebody down to the Secretary of State to file it, or we can mail it in, so. And then if there's going to be more than one person, so let's say that you and I were going to go into business together, we'd want an operating agreement. And so then it gets a little bit more expensive because we need to have a written agreement that says what happens if I need to, I want to be bought out. You know, so then it costs a little bit more money. So.
It seems like a pretty easy procedure, but of course you want to talk to an expert when you are figuring stuff like this out. So
yes.
if people have questions, where's the best place for them to go?
Just give us a call at 515-INJURED at the Baer Law Office.
Exactly.
Easy enough.
And that's what we did recently with Kim. So Lucite Boat Racing is now an LLC. Again, and it makes sense, especially if you do have a business. And for those guys that are in motorsports, think about this, what Kim was talking about just the last couple of minutes here. Think about having that shield up, so in case the unlikely event happens and something goes awry, they don't come and take everything you own.
In many of the things that we discuss with you, no one wants to think about the worst case scenario, but you kind of need to just to make sure that you're
right.
Jackie, no one ever calls me with good news.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Oh,
me too.
That's so sad.
Hey, here's some good news. You want the shovel this Christmas.
Oh, there you go.
Is that good? Okay. Thank you, Kim.
At least not snow.